rambling. All right. Anywho, uh, I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about on this goddamn thing. Really, if you
We're
want to
not
know the
talking about
truth,
nothing. We're talking about the normal stuff. This is the Cidney and Rakhem conversation, which what we've agreed upon is that's crazy enough as it is.
oh, okay. Well, we're just gonna be talking about a whole bunch of shit. Now,
Yeah.
anyway, we were just talking about how you be tricking bitches. I feel like you be
Let's
tricking bitches.
name our pod. I think the name of our podcast should be Tricks and Hoes.
Tris- Why? Why, Kimmy? Why are you doing all of the tricking and the hoeing? I mean, I feel like you have been tricking hoes. Let me tell you what. So, okay, well, I'm gonna rehash. So, what Rakim likes to trick bitches. Rakim, when they first meet you, putting the dick down, blowing the back out 3-4 hours at a time. You got the spirit fingers going with the tantra and all that. You're catching the Holy Ghost and all this and all that shit. And then when you get with him, you see all that spiritual shit he doing, but he fits it. Light skin with the dreads and shit. You know what I'm saying? It goes along with it. I always got the golden rings on the fingers, all that. So then, and then, and then you get with him, and he's stingy with the dick.
Stingy with the dick.
So why are you tricking bitches? Help me to understand why you're tricking motherfuckers.
I'm not tricking nobody.
You are.
No.
You know what people think when you hit them with that kind of dick like that.
I never promise.
Good.
No, I tell all the women. I said I'm not a high frequency brother. I tell them all. No, I like to have high frequency stints like weekends. You see what I'm saying? Where I meet up with somebody because I ain't seen them in months or whatever. And so I like that intensity. But we're not doing it every day if we're living together. What's the point? I don't miss you like that. I'm looking at you every day.
Okay,
You know what
so I get with you. You blow my eyebrows off because I heard about your dick. It's your name is in the streets. So
I'm in the database. Hey, you think I'm on the T app?
You could be kidding. I bet you are. I feel like you are. You got to go through too much work to get on that motherfucker. Even as female, you got to send a screenshot, send your pussy lips, all kind of shit to get on there to prove you're a woman. But I bet you are on the goddamn T app, Kimmy. You got to be.
I want to know who reported me on the T app. That's what I want to know.
Well, before the T app, your name was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Just so you know.
I was on Don't Date 'Em Girl.
Now you was.
You remember that?
I ain't never heard of that before.
You never heard of Don'tDateEmGirl.com?
That's a real. I thought you made that shit up just now. That's a real thing.
No, that's a real thing. Don'tDateEmGirl.com.
Oh Lord.
So that was basically what the T app was before the T app. There was the Don'tDateEmGirl.com website where you can go report niggas and say, he's cheating and he's a cheater and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know if they get you for cheating, but
Yeah,
they'll probably
cheating.
Well, no, I'm talking about getting you.
Oh, me. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if they can say that because you're out here in the street with Kenya and Rhonda and all of them. So we know. You know what I'm saying? You had me in the house, with my ass out. So
Don't even try it. See, if you say that like that, people think we fucking. That was not the case.
Well, we almost did.
No, almost ain't nothing.
No, but see what happened was okay. No, we gotta stick to one. We're gonna get into this. See, you tricked me there too. Look, Rakhem will trick you. So okay, number one, again, you see how I already told you how you think you're gonna be getting this exciting dick all the time, and he ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot. So what you want to fuck like once a week or something? What's good for you?
About 4 or 5 times a week. You don't get it. Women wanna once they get the dick, they want to fuck 2-3 times a day, every day. You don't understand.
You need to work on your dick, on your dick
Etiquette
skills. Yes. So if you need to make your dick less good. That's what you got to do. You in here twirling spirit fingers. Why you got to do all that? Why can't you give him some mediocre dick? So then she don't want it but once a week. That's how you do that.
No, you can't. You know why? Because for me, I want to I reached a point where I'm like, I only want to have the best sex ever. I'm not doing any. That's why I told you, like back in the day, I'm fucking raw. I'm not pulling out. Like I don't want to have no more mediocre, questionable pseudo sex. I want the real deal every time. So every time we fuck, I want it to be like the Olympics. Okay, like we going all the way up in this motherfucker. Okay, no mediocre, nothing.
So you do all that, then you want to ration it out. That's what I'm saying. You're selfish. That's selfish.
It's not really rational. I think at my age, fucking 4 or 5 times a week is pretty good.
I'm not really mad at 3, 4 because that's practically every day. Practically,
Yeah,
they give you 1 time a day. But you're
yeah,
saying, but see, that's not really going along with what you're saying. You saying the women that you put the schlong on are trying to bounce on your balls multiple times a day because
yeah,
of the quality of the ass that you got hooked on in the beginning.
yeah. So my thing is like, well, you got to get another nigga. I mean, add some more lovers to the roster that'll round you out. I, I'm a
Well,
I'm the what's it called, the luxury course. What's that? What's that? The real good meal you get?
the 5-star, I don't know,
Yeah,
5-star
I'm the
meal.
main. I'm like the high quality luxury item. You don't get it every day now. You get it in doses. You feel me?
But okay, well, I still feel like, and then I also feel like you trick people because, and then somebody went through all that work to get your big ass dick in their pussy anyway, and then you want to ration it out. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of things about you that ain't cool. You got to work hard and sweat and grit your teeth and all that to even get your dick in them.
But
That's the first thing.
the thing about my dick is that even though it's as big as it is, like it's amazing girth, just incredible girth. You know what I'm saying? But it actually slides up in women real easy. And I talked to my girl, Asina. You know what she said?
hmm
She said, "Your dick is real smooth, Rakim. It's one of the smoothest penises out there." So I think, but that allows it to go in real easy.
So you think the other men be having bumpy dicks or something
I
with
don't know
bumps
what
and
it
then?
is.
I mean, I mean that's what I'm trying to say. Knots
I
and
can't speak
clumpers
on
and.
that. I'm not a woman, so I can't speak on what the other brothers are bringing to the table. She just said my jump was exceptionally smooth.
What, are you circumcised?
Yes.
Why I thought you was uncircumcised this whole time?
But that's the funny thing about it. She also said she didn't know I was circumcised.
That's what I'm saying. I done seen your dick, in person and shit. I thought your dick had the turtleneck on.
But her and I were having sex for years. And it was after years. She said, "You know what, Rakim? You're circumcised."
Yeah,
I
and
said,
that's
"Yeah."
me. I this whole time I really did think it was. I really did think it was. That you had. That, what the fuck are you doing, bitch? Slow down.
That's your sister popped up on you?
Yeah, just sliding around, shit. Chapping my ass. But no, that's funny. So, but I'm with her though. That's funny. I learned today that your dick was actually. So I thought it was uncircumcised
What do
this
you mean
whole time.
today? Just today, just now?
Yeah, I thought I really because I've seen your dick. I've seen your dick in person. I've seen it. And I've seen it and looked at it and all that shit. You had a glob of pre-cum come out your dick that one time. I was like, it is a glob. I've never seen that much pre-cum in my life.
Yeah, I have it's a lot of that come up out of me.
And I'd be like, "What the fuck is that, Rocky? Shit! What are you doing? You just walking around like a giant snail or something, just leaving all kind of drippings and shit everywhere." I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
But I think that was a different scenario. I think that was when you and I were hanging out for a minute, right?
Yeah, I was at the house in Nashville. I was sleeping in the bedroom with you and shit like that. But I think Kenya was at a time where she ain't want nobody fucking you or something. So we was following the room.
That wasn't happening. That was never the case.
No, Rakim, yes,
That
you
was
don't
never the
remember that.
case. No, that was never the case.
Yes, it was. She
No,
didn't want you sleeping over us. It was some rules at that point
no,
in time because Kenya
no,
was kind of, going through a rough time.
no, absolutely not. But I think the reason why I had so much pre coming out was because I was laying up next to you. I was hard for like 3, 4 hours laying up next to you. We weren't doing nothing. So that was just, that's natural leakage.
No, okay, well, no, 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 that was not.
That's
No,
what
no,
happened.
no,
You don't know about that, do you? You don't know
no.
about that. So
That was different.
let me explain how it works with men. Okay. With men, if we're like chilling with a woman, right? And like whatever, rubbing up on her and we chilling and cuddling and all that kind of stuff, and there's no sex going on, eventually there's gonna be semen just like kind of leaking about the people.
Rakim, no, that was
That's
some
true.
different
That's how
type
that
shit.
works.
No, I
Yeah.
believe you, but this is some extreme. It's that time 77. What I saw, you stood up and it was a big. It was. I was like, Rakim, what is that? I ain't never seen it before in my life.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's a little something glistening at the tip. It was like a very clear. It was clear.
Yeah.
And what? No, nothing ashy, nothing. It was clear shit. I said, yeah. So that was
Well, I
pretty cool.
got high quality semen. That's true. And it's a lot.
So, how does it feel? What are the pitfalls to having a big dick outside of it can't fit in people? vaginas.
Like I was explaining to you before, like, it can kill your motivation, you know what I'm saying? It
Let's
kill your
get into
mo
that. Let's get so how does having a big dick fuck with your drive?
Let's just face it. Can we just face a few things?
Yes. Mhm.
One of the things that motivates a lot of men, not all men, but a lot of men is our desire to get with women. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to attract high quality women, beautiful women, the whole thing. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We want to have sex with those women, be in a relationship with those women, the whole thing. Well, there's different ways that you can do that. You can do that by being like a handsome man. You can do that by being a rich man, or you can do that by being a man who has like profound, like very high sex skills, which can include having a really nice sized girthy penis. And so if you're already getting a lot of women, like if you get a lot if as a man, if you get a lot of sex, it's gonna chill you out a lot. Not just a lot of sex from one woman, all that can help. But I'm saying if a lot of women want to give you sex as a man, it chills out your aggression. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
shit relaxes you. It changes your worldview. Like the world's a better place and you don't gotta worry about war and violence and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
So, having a big dick means that a lot of women choose me. A lot of women fucking suck on me. And it it can get in the way of me having a stronger drive to go out and achieve in the world. Where a lot you look at a lot of men who achieve, I mean, they don't necessarily have the physical gifts. You know what
Like
I'm saying?
Diddy, Diddy with that little ass dick. Did you see the Diddy tape with that dick
I'm
was
not
looking
watching no Diddy tapes. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
well
I
the
don't
dick
watch porn like that anyway, but no.
his dick was this size, real size. You see this look that this
Are
is
you
him.
serious?
The dick was tiny, right? Tiny.
Okay.
Very little.
I didn't know that.
Uh, it was little. So that's what kind of comes to mind because Diddy had that little ass dick. So that I think maybe that helped him to achieve what he achieved because his dick was little.
Yeah, you trying to
He needed
compensate.
something to draw the women.
Yeah, you're trying to compensate. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It
So
is
you
what
feel
it
like most
is.
rich men got little dicks.
I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not true. But what I am saying is if you have a lot of physical gifts, whether you're real handsome or you got a big dick or you have a real athletic build or you already have like if you have some physical gifts, it's going to be hard for you to be motivated to be successful for the sake of getting women because you're already getting women. You're already getting a lot of love. You're getting a lot of attention. You see what I'm saying? So that's not going to be your motivation. Your motivation would have to be because you just want to make money and you want the finer things in life. You see what I'm saying? But again, when you get a lot of pussy, it's hard to. That is to me, pussy is one of the best things on the planet. So if I have that in abundance, like what else really is there? You see what I'm saying?
We have so many ways we can take this conversation. So I will actually say, I'm a professional phone sex operator. Most of the men I talk to are very rich,
Mhm,
and most of them like have want to be very submissive, and a lot of them like to be humiliated for having small dicks.
mhm.
So I can, based on my experience of being in the underbelly, because I know more about everybody. If sex workers know the real shit about everybody,
Mhm.
y'all other folks don't know shit. It's the sex workers who really know what's going on. Was with the truth. Eh,
Absolutely.
Everybody's honest with sex workers, the strippers, the escorts, the phone sex operators. Can't be honest with us. So
Absolutely.
there is a correlation between wealth and small penises if I have to calculate my 10-year plus in the phone sex industry. Now, they could have been lying to me about having little dicks, but I don't know why they would just lie about that, but that's what happened with that. So also, because one of the dudes in the book, I talked to one of the issues me and the lovers have in the book is I don't want to spoil this one, be more so in the second novel. But basically, him having a big dick, he was able to get women to pay for things,
Mhm.
which I think can also mess with your ambition and your drive. So have
Yeah.
you had is that also a part of it for you where your dick is big, you can get women to either directly pay for stuff or if you're in the business do more of the heavy lifting? Like, because we talk about drive and ambition and big dick, but also I think the physical part of that is women can be more likely to give you some money.
Absolutely. Yeah, if I wanted to do that, I could very easily I could and I've thought about this, but I could literally have a house full of women and the women pay for everything and do everything, period, and give me money and be loyal to me. Like, I could have that set up. You see what I'm saying? And I believe part of that is because, of the fact I got a big dick and I got big dick energy, and also because I look good and stuff like that. I'm 6'3", so I do have a number of the positive features. But no, I could definitely have that. I don't get into that personally because I do like to treat women in a way where they can be soft and they can be feminine. You see what I'm saying? So I
Okay.
do like that because that makes the love making better, that puts them in a better mood, that puts them in a better emotional space. You see what I'm saying? So that's my personal thing. I'd rather treat a woman very, where she feels very feminine and very protected and very safe. And that helps her be connected to me a lot stronger so that, if she feels safer and stuff like that. But if I wanted to, absolutely, I could definitely leverage who I am and what I'm about and have like you see a lot of the Hotep niggas. Like if I wanted
Mhm,
to be big in the Hotep community doing my
mhm.
thing, I could definitely do that and have a whole gang of women, a whole community of women. I could definitely do that.
Okay, let me, I gotta go charge this light. Give me 1 second. I gotta
All
get
right,
it
go
charged.
ahead.
Oh, sh
There you go, girl. I like when you're struggling.
oh,
You trying to move all that. There you go. There it is. See that right there? That's what we talking about right there.
I definitely was struggling. Didn't have myself together. Damn, light done died. God damn it. Let me see how much battery this got. This one always going out.
Maybe you can talk to me. Why women, y'all never have your stuff charged up right?
I
Phones
do.
be on 2%.
I'm actually very good about it. You just, I don't.
Laptop's almost dead. Lights going out. No gas in the car. Like, what the hell's going what's wrong with
I will be doing that, Kimmy. Thank you very much.
y'all? That shit is hilarious, bro.
Well, shit handed and yeah, yeah. Okay, now go. There we go.
There it is.
Let me see.
There you go, guy.
It's funny talking about you like him was struggling. Diddy said that shit. That was funny. When he flirted with his man one time. Said he like when he's scrubbling and shit. Anyway, all right. So we were
I want to read a status to you. A status that came up on I wrote a status on June 12th, 2017
okay.
to address the whole sex worker thing. You ready?
Hmm.
Okay. I'll tell you when I'm done. I'm listening to a great interview from a former sex worker, and she's telling the host how she would meet men on Backpage and go to their house or hotel and provide sexual service for them. The host lady was saying, wow, or how scary it sounds. And wasn't she scared for her life? The sex worker said no. The host kept pressing, and the sex worker said, you need to understand, these are normal men I'm dealing with. These are doctors, lawyers, judges, politicians, executives, etc. Plus, most of these men are married. These aren't some weirdos walking around with hoodies on, but exactly what you would see on Wall Street without any exceptions. I just think it's so funny how most women think sex workers are fucking some sleazebag who's fresh out of prison or a drug addict or something. No, this is the married man at the park who's bouncing his 3-year-old son on his knee and giving food to the homeless. These are the men going to church every Sunday and defending the word of God. I mean, do you honestly think most sex workers are walking around with guns, knives, etc., because most of their customers are predators? No, they're not. They are mindful, but all in all, they feel perfectly safe because their customers are everyday average married dudes.
Yeah,
That sound
I
accurate
would
to you?
agree. Absolutely. But people are just kind of stupid around, every subject on earth, so that is no exception.
Yeah.
But back to you when you could live, you could just live with a gaggle of women and you just sit up there and just give out dick and be you. Now,
Mhm.
we're being crass in the conversation, but you are. I can see why women want to do that for you because you are fucking one of one. You know what I'm saying? Like you are brilliant. It's so much benefit to just being around you.
Mhm.
So outside of your balls and your dick and shit, it
Mhm.
is that's like probably the least valuable part of you in my view. Now, because it's just so many other things that come along, but just the shit you learn about yourself, like
Mhm.
being around you, the knowledge you're a fucking genius. So
Thank
just
you.
being in your energy is already gonna be life giving, and you add some good dick on top of that. So I can see why motherfuckers are lying up. Let's just put him in the house. Let's get Smooth, Flotasia, Samantha, and Rhonda in here. Let's just all work together. He ain't got to pay for shit. I can see that. I really, because I know you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I've been knowing you for over 10 years. I know you. So I understand. So, but you never really expressed a desire to live with a whole bunch of women.
Mhm,
Like, this that I've known you. You like a lot of alone time.
mhm.
You don't really, that shit'll probably be cool for about a week, then you be over that shit. Like you don't that's a lot. Now now I'm sure in your situation they could have other men so that'll ease up some of the pressure off of you. But
Absolutely.
out but outside of that, why wouldn't you take that deal? Do you think it's a control thing? Do you think that would you have an issue relinquishing financial control in that way?
Yeah, I am more, industrious and entrepreneurial, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do wanna get out there and hustle and make some shit happen. So, that's not my vision where I'm just letting people control my life like that, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No, I wanna be out there, I got too many ideas, too many business things I wanna do. So, I'm always gonna be hustling on some level, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I got a multi-billion dollar business idea that I'm working on developing. So, yeah, I'm not gonna be in the house just depend on a bunch of women. But even in that situation, like, I'm sure I could get plenty of alone time. Like, I would make it, like, part of the condition of you being a part of the house is you have to understand I'm gonna be at my own space, and, I get to be in that space alone as much as I want.
But you could still have that set up and still have your alone time and still have you the freedom to create your multi-million-dollar business. But you just
That's
wouldn't
true.
have no overhead because they be paying all the bills. So what would be the problem?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying in a situation like that, there would be let's be realistic. I mean, there is give and take in it. So the women
Mhm.
in that situation would be looking for something, right?
Of
So
course.
the question is what they're looking for. They're looking for time, they're looking for sex. And I know a lot of women, especially women who are younger, they're probably looking for some kids and stuff like that. And so, that's why I'm not really trying to deliver on all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the time and energy and, Valentine's and birthday, like that's a lot. So just to avoid all that kind of stuff, um, that's also the reason why I wouldn't be in that situation.
Hmm. But you have no problem with a woman giving you as much money as she want to give you. You just don't want to be in the house. You wouldn't want your living situation to be that situation. But you don't have no problem with a woman tricking off and giving you because it seems like your only objection is like like living or something. Because it's like you seem to be cool with all of it. Like I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. Like you seem to be really cool with all of it. You don't have a problem with a woman taking, doing all of that. What would be
Absolutely not. But,
so?
me and Kenya, we're big into women's empowerment. So if
Mhm.
a woman wants to spend a bunch of money tricking on a dude, I think she got the freedom and the power to do that. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
whatever a woman wants to spend money on, I support it. You see what I'm saying? So if that includes spending money on a dude, you know what I'm saying? Then feel free. That's the whole point of women's empowerment is now you all have the freedom to do what you want to do. And again, people are always going to criticize her for doing that. Like the women who would live in my house like that, those women would get a ton of criticism. But the point is, no, they're getting to make the choice to live the way they want to live. And if they don't want to do that anymore, they go ahead and leave. You see what I'm saying? So no, I got no issues with a woman or a man spending their money any way they want. That's why I support sex work. Because if a man wants to spend money on a sex worker, I think that's beautiful. I think he should be able to do that because he probably needs that for his mental and his emotional health.
Have you ever come close to being in a scenario where you're fully dependent on like the situation we're talking about where you don't have to it's not even expectation or requirement of you doing anything financially. She does everything because of the dick and all that. Have you ever been in anything remotely close to that scenario where it's zero, you do nothing financially? That's not your role at all. It's not looked at, it's not talked about at all.
Well, I've always had access to money, so I've never been in that scenario. Like I've never been in a scenario where I didn't have access to money. But yeah, I've been in a lot of scenarios where, again, if I wanted to not spend money and everything was on the woman or the women in my life, then I could do that. Absolutely.
And you think that
Like,
has a lot to do with okay, go ahead.
well, go ahead. No.
So, and we talked about the big dick, and we talked about you having a big dick. So once they fuck you, so we talk about the big dick energy. Obviously, women can kind of detect when somebody has big dick energy. Okay, but it's when they get it, that's when the shit whole thing just explodes open, and you can kind of create whatever scenario you want because you having the big dick.
Yeah, and I don't want to simplify it like that it's just a big dick type of thing because there's obviously other factors.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's a big factor, man, especially women who, like, they thrive when they get really good sex. Like, a lot of women, they're able to accomplish a lot and be in a great mental and emotional and physical space when they're getting dick down the right way. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
they're able to be in their dark feminine and start to manifest stuff in their life, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can get real powerful for those women, when they start getting, like, really good dick, really good sex, they're gonna prioritize that, and they should, because
Mhm.
it's not just the good sex, it's also what that sex is allowing them to do in their life and how it allows them to feel. Like, you've been around women who are not getting sex. I mean, these women are mad and pissed the fuck off. They don't even know it half the time.
Right.
But y'all, like you go to DMV, like, y'all need to get some dick in this motherfucker. Stop treating the customer base so bad.
Well, no, it definitely affects your mood. It definitely affects your mood and your energy. You know, touch deprivation is a thing, and it just fucks up all the dopamine all thrown off and shit like that. So it gets to be all fucked up. So
Mm.
so what I've gotten from this is just the pitfall. So how do you circumvent this? So how do you overcome the lack of ambition that comes along with having a big dick?
Well, how I overcame it is I had a wife and kids, so I had to take care. I had a ton of responsibility. And now again, I've always had a certain level of ambition. I got my college degree. I went and got my master's degree. Uh, so I've always wanted to make money and do those types of things. But having a family, that that forces you to do something. You see what I'm saying? That forces you to provide in a particular way. Plus, this is my value system, so I'm gonna make sure I show up and I provide on a certain level. And at this point in my life, I want some nice things.
Hmm.
So, I want some nice rides and all that kind of stuff. So I stay focused from that standpoint.
So okay, so we also talked about what about even like working out and shit like that. So you saying you can have at least a little less motivation to work out because your dick is big too?
Yeah. That's like when I got married, after I got married, I had the actual thought in my head that I don't have to take care of myself. Cause in terms of, like, working out and all that kind of stuff. Cause why? I'm married, I already won. You see what I'm saying? Like, I got my wife, I got so why am I trying to look good out here for women or look good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could just be the basic guy and do
Mm.
the basic stuff, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I remember that happened when I got married, but it's the same thing when you got a big dick. Like, do I really need to have big muscles? Do I really need to be working out every day and doing all this stuff? Like, who are the guys who are motivated to do that? You know, Again, I'm not saying all men, but a lot of men do work out so they look better physically and more appealing to women. You see what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't have to fall into that group.
We got to go before that though, because we talk about you having a big dick, but you don't walk around with your dick out all the time, so folks can see it. I
Mhm.
think what the conversation is really about is cultivating big dick energy. That's
Correct.
what I feel like it's mainly about. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody just know that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on Instagram, with your dick print out and all that. Don't nobody know unless they know. uh, you know, but you can sense it. So really, the conversation needs to be about getting men to cultivate big dick energy. But maybe they don't need to cultivate it. I don't need you having big dick energy with a little dick, because then I'll be mad. I done got sucked
Correct.
into the energy, and you didn't trick me. I'm gonna be mad as hell. So I think little dick niggas need to keep little dick energy. Just keep it.
Has that
So don't
happened
need to
to
be
you
no
though?
trick, huh?
Has that happened to you? Have you been tricked?
Sure. I mean, all women have been like, okay, wait. Let me see. Have somebody had big dick energy and not had a big dick in my actual experience?
Like you actually thought like or you
Yes, it was
felt
Ghanaian in South Africa. So no, ask the question.
no, yeah, go ahead with that example you're about to give.
It was Ghanaian in South Africa. He'd had a lot of confidence, and all that shit. He was built. He was a little bad built. He just didn't have a good physique. Like some dudes just don't have good physique. It's not about muscle. Just you just ain't built good.
Uh-huh.
But that dick was thin and sharp, and I didn't understand the sharpness of it. Actually, made me a little queasy. I'm like, why is your dick thin? Now the thing is, he did make me come. Though. He worked that goddamn kickstand. He worked that goddamn kickstand, and he was sweating and huffing and doing all that, and I was like, hold on, I'm coming with this little dick. But that's the first time I had sex. Second time I had sex, it was I didn't really like it. I mean, but I don't know. But yeah, I was just sitting there kind of looking stupid for the first half, and then he kind of got a little better. But yeah, I would say he had like kind of big dick energy or whatever. But it's something that you can feel. But it's like kind of when you have money. When you have money, something oozes from you. Like it's just a confidence comes along with it, like that you can just tell. You know what I'm saying? Sure, some people can fake it, but that cracks at the seams quickly when you start paying attention and get deeper into the stuff. So I think big dick energy, it is something that you don't know nothing different because you always had this damn heavy ass thing. I wonder how much have you ever weighed your dick? Can you just put it on the scale? I wonder. I want to do like I wonder if it weighs probably 10 pounds. 12.
No, I don't think that's too heavy.
I'm just playing. I know. But it's I feel like you get your, shit. You got to get your tries and buys in order to work with that big ass dick. But
Yeah.
it sounds fun though to have. I wish I wish I had like experience having a big dick, like like having one. Like it'd be cool to have a dick, like to just swing it around and shit. Like I wish I had one, and it's kind of depressing the fact that I'll never have a dick. I think about it, like I'll never know what that's like, and I don't think that's fair that I won't know what that's like. But
What about if you had a strap on? Is that different?
well, you saw me fuck the girl with the trap on, but I had a little dick though.
I don't think I saw that.
You were there, and you know exactly who it was. I'm ain't gonna say no names, but you were there. That's when you was doing the wild thing with the. You were there. You saw that shit. You saw
I don't
you.
think
Oh,
I
you
saw
were
it.
there, Kimmy. You were
I
there.
might have been in the house. I don't think I saw that.
I felt like you were right there in the room when I was hit. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Well, I do now since you mentioned something,
Okay,
but
right. So
I don't rem I don't remember seeing it. I would've remembered that.
okay, well, damn, I thought you was in the room. But anyway, so I had a little dick, and again, I have to give y'all credit for fucking because after if you want to fuck good, you gotta every muscle like I was winded after stroke 7. I was winded. I'm like, and this bitch, and I'm like, this bitch wants something deep and harder. Bitch, you get what I give you. I'm winded. Bitch, you ain't doing nothing but laying there. You shut up and just be happy. Bitch. Bitch, you want motherfuckers the dick want you to hit the walls and get the dick catty corner and the catty corner shit. You gonna get some straight regular shit because it's hard, bitch. I'm winded. I gotta keep the momentum. You gotta keep the momentum right and stay the same. Don't move, bitch. It's hard to not. You gonna just deal with it going every other way, motherfucker. Like it's just a lot of respect. I had to put a lot of respect on men's name, y'all.
Mhm.
Fucking is hard. Like
Yeah.
fucking is very. We be seeing men. I think we just take for granted that men be humping and literally humping and shit for 30 minutes, however long, like pretty much nonstop.
Yeah,
That is hard.
that's a rough piece.
And then if you want to hit the walls and do all that shit, hit the catty corner over there, you have got to incorporate all kind of muscles.
Mhm.
And I had a little dick too, so I had to work hard. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't really know how the little dick niggas is working, like because you have to do even more when you have a little dick. Like you can't just rest, even though big dick niggas you still got to twirl that ass. But I'm just saying,
Mhm.
like when it's little, I have to really do a lot. Like so I could put respect on men name. Y'all be really sweating and doing a lot.
It's a lot.
I
It's a
don't know
lot.
how fat niggas fuck. I've never really understood how, like, especially after this man, how is Biggie Smalls fucking?
Usually
You
doggy style.
the stamina, no, the stamina you have to fuck.
Well, a lot of them guys, they get women to ride them,
But anyway, I want you to, on another
and
note.
women
Yeah,
gotta ride in reverse. So reverse cowgirl.
but what's the difference there?
So instead of her facing the
Well, no, I
dude,
know, but like, how does that help him?
because his stomach is usually gonna stop her from being able to she can't lean over too much if she's riding him because his stomach's too big. But if she does reverse cowgirl, then the stomach's not in the way.
Well, I be winded too. Sometimes I be riding a dick on my feet, and I like to lie and act like it's feeling good, and that's why I had to stop when really my quads was just firing up on my ass. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's a lot going on with it. But I think we have another perspective. So are those the only? Is that the only real pitfall? To now, have you had women turn you down for sex because your dick is too big?
I've had women not date me or break up with me because my dick is too big. They didn't say that, but I knew that's what it was. So, for example, I've had a woman, our first time getting together, she ended up giving me head. It's like some of the best head of my life, but for like, seemed like an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. Like she was working, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. You see what I'm saying? But later on, I realized why she was going in like that is because dick was too big. So she was avoiding having intercourse. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then actually we did have sex another day after that. And then soon after that we ended up breaking up or not dating each other anymore. And I realized it's because of the size of my penis, it made it easier for her to just not be with me. You see what I'm saying? Like I just felt like it wasn't a good match. I think, a lot of women say they don't want a guy with a big dick because of their size or whatever.
Hmm.
So it's true. A lot of women, I've had women like kind of ghost me. Like we have sex and it was great. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't really hear from them ever again. That happened. The
Damn.
first time it happened to me was in college. I had this like amazing sex with this hot little sister, man. It was amazing. I'm telling you. We came back from like we were at the club or something. Came back to the crib. Had like amazing sex. and I ain't hear from her ever again. And I know there's a lot of reasons that people could think why that possibly would be, but over time, when certain things like that happen, you begin to start to put two and two together. So for a long time, I didn't no idea why that happened, like why we both have amazing sex. And but when those types of things happen, intermittently throughout your life, you begin to understand, okay, that's what that was. That she wasn't comfortable saying, hey, this just wasn't the right size fit for her. You see what I'm saying?
So okay, so I understand that's happened a couple of times. Has there ever been a scenario where someone either directly or indirectly stopped talking to you because of your dick size and you actually cared to where like it actually hurts you?
Well, it's usually it does hurt me.
Okay, because I mean,
The
because
times
some
it
type of
happens
bitch.
hurt. It's hurtful for me.
Okay, so damn, so that is a pitfall. So we've learned a few things about the negative part side of having a big dick. Now we don't think you want to trade it for a small one.
Fuck
I
no,
don't know if
never. There's no scenario.
and
Even even like money, I don't there's nothing you can like, I wouldn't trade out my stuff for anything. Like, if they said, "Hey, Rakim, you could have billions of dollars right now, but we're gonna give you a pencil size or a mini penis," just fucking no. Keep the money, dude. Fuck that.
okay. What about like a slightly like a few inches smaller, a few inches less girth? It's still kind of still average. So maybe you go down to a regular size, maybe 7 inches, regular size. Would you trade it for the billions?
I would have to see. You have to show me a model. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? It's possible. It's possible. I have to see it though. If they cut it down too small, I'm not doing it.
But based on what you know about tantra in a woman's body, don't you think you had the same orgasmic result even with the smaller dick?
Well,
Because we talk
yeah,
about big dick. Big dick is like we talk about it or whatever, but I feel like it's niggas with the same dick size as yours and bitches ain't really it ain't good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
it's like it's no magnetism. I feel like we are being crass in the conversation and very one dimensional,
Mhm.
but it is because you are Kimmy. So with that being said, do you feel like you could have the same result as far as the positive aspects of having a big dick even with a small dick because it's you. It's
Well
you.
well, yeah, definitely the similar results. Like, even now, like, even me being having a large size penis, like, a lot of my greatest results, even, like, currently today, are more energetic, where before we even have any intercourse, a woman's had, like, 15 orgasms, full body orgasms, you see what I'm saying? Just from the tantra work, just from the energy work, you see what I'm saying? So, I know that's a thing, however, I just like having a big dick. I mean, that shit
I mean,
in terms of, like, for my psyche and my mental health, that just feels amazing.
I'm sure. No, I'm sure it does.
I
I'm
can't even
sure.
imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, brothers walking around with small penis. I can't, like, I feel so bad about it.
Like, like, yeah. So, okay, that's very interesting. So it seems like it definitely is a downside that has several downsides, but I think the one that is going to be the most interesting as far as people see this is the lack of the motivation, lack of the motivation. So can it cause a little bit of arrogance? Like, bitch, I got a big dick. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a lot of arrogance, absolutely. So you gotta fight with that. You gotta fight not to be so arrogant. They talk about how you ever hear the commentary, like, of men who can fuck really well oftentimes be living with their girl for free and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's because, again, it's a motivation killer to a degree. If I know I'm always gonna be put up somewhere because I'm slinging, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then the desire to pursue resources is not, it hits differently.
No, I
You see what I'm
understand.
saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
It's kind of like I liken it to women who were traditionally beautiful, like drop dead beautiful. They usually struggle. I could imagine they don't have the same motivation to go out here and work on on themselves on the inside. That's why a lot of them ain't got no personality or no emotional intelligence, or a lot of them don't ain't even good in bed. You just got to be beautiful. Like
exactly. That's
like
why I don't gravitate towards those type of women, because I'm like, this is gonna be some boring fucking. And also, a lot of those women, they don't. You hear the stereotype, they say dumb blonde.
mhm.
Because if you're beautiful, then you're not even working on your intellectual capacity.
Yeah, you don't really work on nothing. Like
Yeah,
generally speaking, like they have zero emotion. When I say emotional intelligence, it's like zero. Like
yeah,
that's why a lot of these very beautiful girls out here getting tattoos and niggas on their face shit and on their face and shit. It's just like it's almost like the more beautiful you are. That's why like when you see the anomaly which is like a Halle Berry. I feel like Halle Berry is fucking beautiful, but also has done all other. I don't know her life, but I think she's done a lot of the work. From the interviews I've seen. I mean, again, I'm not like a huge fan where I watch every interview.
If you look at her track record, no, I don't like. I can't. She needed to do a lot of work.
Well, okay.
3 divorces? Nah. That's all we need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, never mind. Okay, bad example. Sorry.
I know what you're saying, though. I got what you're saying.
Or like people can't stand. I love Jada. I love Jada Pinkett Smith. People hate on her all the time. I love Jada. I love her. I think that's an example of a fucking beautiful woman who has done a lot of. Because I guess I read her book. She done a lot of the work. But we all are fucking. You never stop doing the fucking work, which is kind of annoying about this whole self-improvement thing. But yeah, so I would say for me, I didn't start realizing that I was actually pretty until like around 2021. So I had the privilege of thinking I wasn't cute, so I had to develop all my shit. But looking back, I was like, oh my God, I was pretty as fuck. I actually could have been acting like that, but like I still don't think, I mean, obviously my features are not the traditional beauty. They're not the traditional beauty. Whatever. Like I don't have a little nose or little lips, all that shit. I don't have the European features, which is the standard, and my skin is not light. I get that. But I definitely was fine. I didn't see it. I didn't see all of that shit. So maybe that's why I ended up being quite brilliant, like actually like working on my emotional intelligence. Like I'm not, I still got more work to do. Everybody else does, but like it's a lot of things that I think that I developed because I didn't think I was all that when I was younger. I don't fucking know. But on another note, I want you to see this clip. I don't know if you saw that interview I did with the dude. Kenya ended up commenting on it. It was entertaining. I want to see what you think. I actually wanted him to do a podcast of me, you, and him, but he didn't do it. Did you see the clips on my Instagram with a dude saying that the women can fuck other women? I mean, can fuck other men. His women can fuck other people, but they can't buy him dinner or nothing like that. Did you see my interview with this guy?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to show you the 2 like brief clips that I put on my Instagram, and I want your damn thing on it. Your opinion. Hold on, because Kenya already you probably your wife. You know what Kenya said about it. So I'm going to show you two clips. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Hold on, wait. All right, hold on, wait again. All right.
Situations
Okay, so
that
before I want
all
you to
the
see the
dating situations.
Before we get your thoughts, I want you to see the other part. Hold on 1 second, because it's another part. All right, so this lady. Okay, here we go. Okay, so before you I want to give you a little more context before you give me your feedback. So I actually met this is a dude that I was thinking about dating. I told you about him over the phone, but I'm gonna tell you again for the video. So this is a dude I was thinking about dating last year. So he said eventually he's more into the fetish shit. So he wants swingers for girlfriends, and he wants to be polyamorous. So he wants he wants cum shots in the pussy. He wants all of that. So so the reason why I was on his ass about it, it's because I don't do no kind of double standard. I don't. You not gonna tell me you can have love, but I can't accept a date of flower from niggas and shit. Like I can't fuck with it. But anyway, so as me and him talked about it before and after this podcast, he gave some really contradictory things that don't really make sense to me on why he doubles down on this. He started talking about paternity. He started talking about, well, what if when he loves her, he's gonna have babies with her, and I'm not having no other baby. I said, sir, where'd you get that from? Like, just because it's how many people love each other who don't want children. And also, if paternity is your issue, why are you talking about cum shots in pussies? Like, that's what creates babies, not feelings and shit. What are you talking about there? And he was like, I don't, what the fuck else he said? He gave so much shit that didn't make no sense. He said that, and then he was just also saying, he gave an experience on basically, it was a situation where he was dating a woman who was separated but not divorced, and the man still had was paying some bills or some alimony or something like that. And, the man would do little passive aggressive stuff, like say, yeah, I'm taking my wife to the airport, or just like say things like that so he can hear. So to make him feel a way about it or whatever. So I feel like that's where his dynamic came from. I was asking him what kind of fear he's dealing with around sharing emotional connection. Because the thing is, this wasn't the typical debate. Typically when me and Kenya or whatever talking about this, it's because it's some polygyny shit where the women can't have nothing. But he's cool with the sex, cool with coming in the pussy, cool with If he's out with another women, other girl, that he can be with that she can be with the other man, but he draws the line at feelings and shit. And I just wanted to get to the root of what he feels happens when emotional connections are grown. And I kept trying to get him to see the parallel in what he's doing. He's saying that he can have multiple love multiple women, and nothing's really like nobody's going to be treated worse or nothing like that. And I kept painting him the picture, saying I was like, it's men who can love your woman who ain't trying to take your place. It's almost like he thinks somebody trying to take his place or something once emotions are evolved. It's like he projects all of that onto the other man. And I said, so would you leave her for that? Essentially, yeah, he would make her leave if she got feelings. So I don't know. It's other stuff he was saying, but I want to know what you think about that. And Kenya commented and said, you didn't, Kenya was like, you're not having, it's nothing logical about what you're saying. But what do you think about what he was saying and all that?
Well, 2 things. 1, I'm fine with people having their preferences, right? So, however you want your people to show up for you and all that, I think it's fine. Like, I know women who they have multiple men, but those men can't date anybody else but her. You see what I'm saying? And they
Mhm,
have their reasons and their justification for it and all that. And the second thing on it, it's like, yeah, obviously he has some issues when the emotions come up, him wanting to be prioritized. Like he has some emotional, sensitivities around his women being closer to other men or fear of, not being number one or fear of being deprioritized or whatever it might be. And so that's probably what's driving his whole philosophy around this.
mhm.
Um, that's probably at the base of it. So yeah, he does have some things that he would probably need to work out in terms of, some healing work and some inner work to do to get to a point where he would even be able to be in a situation like that where there is equality across the board. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, he's not able to do it. It's not that it's just a preference, but he's not able to actually do it, right? So
Mhm,
there's a difference between, hey, I'm able to do it, like I'm cool. Like if I decided to be with women right now and they couldn't date anybody else, it wouldn't be because I couldn't do that because I've been doing it for the past 20 years. You see what I'm saying? And I'm cool with it.
mhm,
But I might change my preference and want to do something different.
mhm.
Um, but the point is that I can do that and I have the ability to do that and understand the equality in it. For him, he doesn't have the ability to do an equality type relationship. And so yeah, he would want to do some internal work on that.
So I understand preference. I think everybody's preference would be, I can do it, but you can't. In many instances, shit.
Correct. Absolutely.
I think I think everybody would say that shit, like
Absolutely.
about a myriad of different dynamics of a relationship.
About
Shit,
everything.
my
I mean,
ego would love to say I'm the only one that I'm the only one to get freedom, and that sounds wonderful. It's shit, and I understand that everybody. I don't know. Okay, so how I feel about it is probably the same way Kenya would feel about it, but because me and her talked about it or whatever. But the whole thing is, I would say that out of all of the polys to practice, polyamory is the hardest.
mhm,
Polygyny is easier for the man. I feel like if I'm gonna choose a poly to be, polyamory is just the hardest because you kind of got to practice what you preach to a certain degree. Like you can like I'm not saying that okay, it's so many nuances. I feel in my experience, there are levels, certain I'm not obviously I know we all have it. I don't give a fuck what kind of poly you are and monogamy you are, your insecurities and triggers are gonna be there. But I feel like my goal and my end result is to be at a place of real security and like really loving and supporting my partner getting whatever need met whenever they get it. Like,
mhm,
and I understand that that journey is going to be a lot of ups and downs, hard, may need to smoke a little crack to get through it. It ain't going to be easy. So that's why I love polyamory because it challenges all of that. So with that being my personal ideology, it is hard. It's rough for me to say I can do a thing, but you can't do a thing. It's hard for me to say that.
right,
If either we ain't doing it, we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's how I feel. So, I told him that like if the girl came and said, "Hey, I got feelings for the man," or whatever, or vice versa, and he would kind of essentially give him an ultimatum and make him leave and all that. I find that to be cruel because of my own foundation about it. I think it's sad that we torture people for having feelings and shit for more than one person. It kind of goes back to the monogamous culture shit. It kind of ends up being the same thing. That's the thing about poly. Like if you start putting too many rules and shit, you end up having the same problems as monogamy. Because I was telling him, you keep saying you've never had a woman catch feelings, but I would bet they just didn't tell your ass
That's
that
the
they had
point.
feelings.
That's the point. Yes. See, they're all the relationship stuff is the same. So I disagree that poly is harder than polygyny or monogamy. I think monogamy is the hardest, and I think polygyny is hard too, because it's the same thing. Like we all have the same feelings, the same level of sex drive, the same attraction to other people. It's all the same. The question is, what container am I going to be in while I'm having those experiences? So if I'm in monogamy, it means I'm still having attractions to other people. I still got all these feelings. I just can't talk about it. I got to suppress it. To me, that's why monogamy is harder. Everything I feel, I have to basically suppress and
Yes,
lie to my partner about. And I got to walk around carrying that. And we both walking around carrying that. We both have feelings and attract other people, but we can't talk to each other about it. So to me, that makes monogamy extremely hard. You know, I got to carry all this burden. I got to carry all these secrets that I can't talk to my wife or can't talk to my husband about. Like to me, that's extremely difficult. Polygyny is the same thing. Like to me, polygyny is really hard on a man. So it's like, okay, you got 3 wives. Think about this. Everybody knows you a polygynous man, right? You got 3 wives and you still got other attractions and you still not sexually satisfied at home. You can't talk to anybody about that shit. Nobody wants to hear that from you. Your wives don't want to hear that. Nobody outside the family wants to hear, especially because most people aren't down with polygyny anyway. But having 3 wives doesn't solve the thing that men are trying to solve. You still have other attractions. These men are still cheating in polygyny, or they want to cheat, or they have to suppress their sexuality, to suppress their attractions. You see what I'm saying? Like to
yes.
me, that's extremely difficult. Can you imagine? Imagine you in a polyandry situation. You got 3 husbands. And, the bottom line is you tired of fucking these niggas. You see what I'm saying? Or it's not the same intensity as it was 15 years ago. And there's some other dudes walking around that you really are attracted to and really your pussy getting wet and all kind. But you can't talk to nobody. You can't come out saying, yeah, I'm not sexually satisfied. They're gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? I said, you got 3 husbands at home. These are niggas you chose to be with. Be like, it's different now. I don't feel like the exact same way or have the same exact sexual whatever with them anymore. People would, to me, that's really hard.
I understand what you're saying. The reason why I say poly is harder, especially I guess when like really supporting and allowing freedom and equality across the board, it's way harder because I can hide and just put rules down in them other structures. In monogamy, I don't really need to do that much of the work. I could just tell my man he need to stop doing this, and I'm going to be supported globally. I may be in turmoil on the inside, I guess, but at least I have the relief of saying, Rakhem, we in a monogamous relationship. I'm insecure. I don't really want to work on it. You just need to stop going to the gym looking like that. You just need to stop having those clients. You just need to stop liking pictures on Instagram. What I feel makes it easier for all of those is they all require I just get to just control the people. I just get to tell motherfuckers what to do instead of really doing the work. With poly, no, I have to I have to stand on what I said, even though it's a process to it. It's like, okay, I have like, and if me and you in a polyamorous relationship, I got a man that I'm loving and we dating all the time. But if you get a woman that you dating all the time, I can't shut it down, but like I could in monogamy. Like I have to really address my abandonment. I have to really go there within myself. The other ones, I could just lay some rules down, and you just follow them, and then that helps me eat. I don't have to face myself,
Yeah,
which
you're
is
talking
why
about the
I say
external stuff. No, you do no, you do gotta face yourself. So you can put the rules down in monogamy, right? You can put the rules down, but you're still not satisfied within. That doesn't fix anything.
Well, okay. So from no, it's true. Right. Me and you together in a monogamous relationship. You're doing something that makes me feel insecure. So I just tell you to stop it. I give you the ultimatums, and I'm gonna leave you. Whatever. You stop it. I get some relief because you're gonna play the role as long as I get some kind of relief because without doing any of the work, because I've just guilted you into deleting Instagram or whatever it is, and there's nobody gonna check me on that because within the culture you just need to do what your wife say because it makes her insecure. Like I don't have to really work on it. That's why people be, 80 years, 50 years old, still triggered by the same shit because they've been in the safety of the monogamous shit.
Yeah,
I just need to find somebody to control. I don't need to work on me.
right.
That's how I see. That's the same thing with religion, with Christianity. I just need to blame Beelzebub and it's good. I don't really need to put a lot of effort towards this. I can just say it was God's plan or Beelzebub or the devil made me do it, and or I can repent tonight and it's washed away. Like it's like that ain't really doing the work. Now on the inside, I'm still got all this turmoil and shit. But that's why I'm saying like I feel like polys are because there's no scenario where you can just say well because I said so. Like if you're really doing the work, like you have to really do it. Like instead of it's no facade, it's nothing to hide behind in poly for me. I can't really hide nowhere.
Yeah,
Like
you're saying externally, in terms of public sentiment and all that, it's easier. So from that standpoint, sure, nobody's gonna be down on you for setting rules in your monogamous situation. I'm saying internally, you carrying a heavier burden because
okay,
you just
yeah,
shut your husband down. He can't do this and that, but you're still insecure as hell. But
absolutely.
now, but
Yeah.
now you can't even talk about you being insecure because your husband did what you told him to do. He stopped texting somebody or looking at pictures or whatever. So now you that same level of fear is there, that same insecurity is there, but now you can't even say nothing because you try to make it seem like the reason why you felt that way is because of what he was doing. Okay, well, he's not doing it anymore. Now you got to walk around with that same fear and insecurity. You can't even talk to anybody about it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying like net when you add it all up, it's the same thing. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like
okay.
these people in
Yeah.
monogamy, they set these rules up, but they're insecure. Because I've had clients. First of all, let's talk about monogamy for a second. The rules of monogamy aren't even clear. I've had people break up with folks or get mad because they looked at somebody for like an extra second too long. A waiter. You understand what I'm saying? They say, "Oh,
Mm.
you flirting or you being leaky with your energy or whatever." You see what I'm saying? Like it's not even clear lines of monogamy. So you constantly walking around stressed out about what you're doing and not doing. Like it's a complete and total mess. You don't get any relief from setting rules on each other because people just breaking it. Now all that's going to happen is your husband going to find another way to go around your stuff, or your wife's going to find another way to go around you. People going to get more sneaky on you. There's no relief. It's no relief. Yeah, again, public sentiment might be on your side when you say, "Yeah, I don't want him to text somebody," but inside you dying even more.
Okay. Let's take this situation. Me and you together. I tell you to stop texting the girl. I do get some relief, at least temporarily, because you didn't stop texting the girl.
But do you actually believe I'm not going to text her anymore? Do you actually trust me? You don't trust me. That's the point. You know that I'm gonna find another way to go about doing something. You see what I'm saying? You know that's the whole point. The reason why you told me to stop texting is because you don't trust me. If you trusted me at the beginning, you don't care if I'm texting or not because you know I'm not gonna cross any lines. The only reason why in monogamy you tell me to stop texting is because you don't trust me. But so me telling you, okay, I won't text anymore, doesn't make you trust me anymore. You don't. You see what I'm saying? Now you're gonna try to find the next thing I'm doing. Now you look at me extra hard to see and see what I'm doing. You bearing your own self.
Okay. I know you're absolutely correct. I mean, because I remember I had this guy, close friend of mine. I love him to pieces. Met him in South Africa. He was with this girl, and everything that she wanted him to do to make her feel more secure, he did it, even when he was fucking annoyed. And every week it was something else. Like I was like, that's what I was thinking when I sat her down. I was like, you realize what he do ain't got nothing to do with how you feel about yourself, right? Like, cause as you see, this nigga done, he do even when he's annoyed and pissed off at you, he still does what you say. So I know what you're saying is true. But so I think all of them are challenging. But I still feel like doing the actual work real time is always harder than any type of facade.
Abso
Because even if your example, monogamy. I'm all tortured on the inside. But it's another thing to work through that. Like people feel tortured on the inside all the time, but it can be harder in some regards to actually confess these deepest, darkest insecurities with my partner or with a therapist or whatever. Like I can barely even admit it to myself. The depth of my abandonment issues or whatever it is. Like so, but honestly, even as I'm saying it out loud, once you actually do it, you realize it's much harder keeping it in. So I guess you are right.
it kills you from within. People are
You're right.
dying.
No. You are right. I guess I just know how difficult poly is. How difficult poly can be, and how sometimes I wish I was in a monogamous relationship and just tell motherfuckers what to do, and I ain't got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like so I just wish I just say, well, just stop that. It's like, but that don't really fly, especially when you. I've been around you and King too long. Like it's I don't know how other people are practicing poly, but because I've been dealing with y'all and knowing y'all too long, and my goal is to get at a place where I'm genuinely happy about everything that's going on with my partners, whether I'm providing it or not. That kind of that feeling that
Mhm.
doesn't stay. I don't. I'm not trying to say it's like a college degree. It's not like you get really secure and you stay that way. Different things trigger us. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just. It's been just really hard work that
Mhm.
goes into unlearn. I think the pain of unlearning. So would you say that the pain of I'm gonna rephrase. What's more difficult? And I think you already answered. The pain of actually unlearning ownership culture, which encompasses facing your shit, your insecurities, all that, or staying in it and bossing motherfuckers around. Like which one is more actual, which like which one is more taxing on the fucking ego? I don't know. It's so hard. Both of them are hard.
Yeah, for the ego, obviously, doing the inner work is always going to feel more hurtful and painful and challenging. The reason why is because it's something that's brand new, right? So I have
Mhm.
to face myself. I have to do something new, think in a different way. So, like doing the inner work is kind of like if, like, if, I don't know a good scenario, but like if you're getting the wax done. So I got your whole face covered with the wax stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
and doing inner work is like just ripping them motherfucker off. That's the inner work. To rip the whole face wax off. You see what I'm saying? Where staying inside your ego and staying inside your conditionings, inside your patterns, that's like somebody just slowly ripping the whole mask off over the next, week. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Mhm.
used to that. It might seem like it's not as painful because it's like smaller increments of pain, but it's smaller increments of pain for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like when you do the inner work, it hurts really bad. You might suffer ego death, right? But then you're done with the shit. And now you get the benefits of being the new you and have an elevated consciousness. So yeah, to me, to your point, it does hurt way worse to just do the work and face yourself and face your ego and learn
Mhm.
something new. Like that hurts way worse than not doing that. But my thing is, they're just two different types of pain.
Okay. True.
One
Very
pain of
true.
staying inside your conditionings and like for example, the best way to explain this stuff is like to transfer it from relationships to talk about money. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
people who don't want to learn a wealth consciousness and make those sacrifices and changes to actually come into money versus people who just want to stay in the poverty consciousness. So yeah, coming into a wealth consciousness is going to hurt more because now I got to change all these habits. I got to change all this way of thinking that I've been doing for the past 20, 30, 40 years. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
going to be painful. But what's also gonna be painful is, you eating oodles and noodles for the next 30 years because you don't wanna get your shit together. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying 2 different types of pain. Same thing with the fitness thing. You see what I'm saying? Some people just like they don't wanna do the diet thing or they don't wanna do workout or whatever. Like, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
But you could change all that and suffer the discomfort, severe discomfort of the change, or you can just stay in your same patterns for the next 30 years. You see what I'm saying? And deal with diabetes or whatever the fuck's coming down the pike and pain and surgeries and going back and forth to the hospital and being on drugs or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so both of those are, so if I told somebody, look, you don't have to change your diet or your exercise routine and all that stuff, but in about 30 years, you're gonna be on a kidney dialysis machine for the next 20 years. You're gonna be on 6 other medications. You're gonna be wet in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one of those? Which do you want? You see what I'm saying? Or
Mhm.
you can change and get your shit together. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be really hard, but you're gonna have a better life, better quality of life going forward. And so that's the difference between the two things.
I would agree. I do agree. Yeah, and it's been times during this working on myself. I'd be like, I wish I just believed in Beelzebub, man, to blame it on him and go on. It's a lot easier, shit, to just say Beelzebub. That's the reason why my life fucked up. Beelzebub had told me, and he whispered in my ear, and he told me, and that's it. Shit, I feel like that many times. I'm tired of facing myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
shit. I'm tired of taking accountability. Shit. It's easier just to not. Can I just blame the nigga
yeah.
and just be done with it? He did it and I'm the victim. Just stay there. Shit.
But those people blaming Beelzebub, do you think they're happy in the moment?
Hell no. No. They get some temporary. There is a certain bliss and ignorance to a certain degree. They get some temporary shit, but they ain't really changing nothing. Their life still.
Yeah, it's still
So
a mess.
It's right. It's worth it at the end of the day. So for me, I guess yeah, I get what you're saying on why you think monogamy is hard. So on no, so but like when I get with you, absolutely monogamy is harder. Of course it is. You know what I'm saying? Being a man and having to do all the shit for the women in polygyny and having to give all this dick out, do all that. You have been one of the men who have been pretty vocal about not really being interested in no goddamn polygyny.
No,
And I and I
fuck
love it.
that.
A lot of and I love it. We still do need more people like you, more men like you, man. It's definitely rough out here. And you know what's interesting? I'll kind of close out with this. You know what's interesting is really women or people. I'll just say women because I guess it's easy to say. Women who are looking for monogamy and women who are looking for poly can have the same level of difficulty finding partners, which is
Absolutely.
really so, but what that says is they want you to be the middle ground is what everybody's doing. They're just getting with you and cheating.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
so it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's really interesting how the same issues, like it's like men or women, we can say women, people don't really want the honesty, and they don't want the real shit, but they want some other thing. But what they end up getting is the thing in the middle, which is what seems like everybody's most comfortable with,
Yeah.
which is the getting together and lying and forgiving and all that.
Well, the middle thing is somebody presenting to you what you said you wanted, but really doing something different and thinking and feeling something different on the low and
Yeah,
behind your back. So that's what people want. They want the fantasy. Like that
right.
song, remember that? You probably might be too young, but the song came out a while ago called Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. Like just tell me what the fuck I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Just so it could appease my ego. And
Hmm.
then behind my back and on the down low, you can go do whatever you're doing. But just don't ever let me see it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's a don't ask, don't tell kind of. The people have poly relationships like that all the time. It's called don't ask, don't tell.
No, don't ask, don't tell is different. Don't ask, don't tell is I know you fucking somebody
Right,
else. I,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, okay, I'm sorry, yeah, you said it a little different, but yeah, when you was like, "Just don't let me see it," that's why my mind went to "Don't ask, don't tell."
yeah, don't let me see it. Don't let me know it. Don't let me suspect it. Don't let
Okay,
me think this is actually happening. Like, be so on the down low with it that I actually believe I'm in the fantasy. I want to believe, make me believe I'm in the fantasy of monogamy. It's just you and me. Not, you're not thinking about nobody else. You're not thinking about nobody else. Or we fucking. You see what I'm saying? Like, just make me believe it's all me.
and if you wanna do that, again, don't ask, don't tell may be the better way, but again, like you said, that requires a level of honesty most folks ain't ready for. One of your most iconic videos, I'll never forget it. It was a long time ago, but you were going off. You was like, "What skills does she lose?"
Uh-huh.
Because she went out and got some dick. She went out and got some needs met. You saying she can't cook no more, she can't clean no more, she can't breastfeed
Uh-huh.
anymore. She can't be nurturing. Like what's she was like? He was like it's a mental illness. I was like that's like an iconic video
Yeah, I
because
remember
it's
that.
just like your level of because it's like it's just the logic in what you said. Like really, what skills does she lose? Like
No,
it's
because
fascinating.
men try to claim like women are not wife material if they do this or do that or got body count. This just doesn't make any damn sense. You see what I'm saying? And so that I've always fought back against it. I think it's ridiculous.
I think that you are dope as fuck. So we definitely gotta do this kind of stuff again. It's all kind of stuff that we can like talk about, like it because it's so much stuff. Do you feel one last question? Do you feel like the world is moving more towards understanding that monogamy is not natural? Do you think we're moving? Because when I looked at the stats with religion, less and less people are identifying as religious. That actually is going down. The religious stuff is more and more people are like, okay. So do you think we are making progress towards that? I know you and Kenya do a lot of work around it. What do you think about the evolution now versus I don't know 10 years ago, 20 years ago, like 15 when I met you last? Like, do you think people seeing a light a little more?
I do. I do. I feel people they understand that their monogamy is not natural and it doesn't work and hasn't worked. So I think more and more people are coming to that realization. It doesn't mean they're embracing poly. So people they look at it from different angles, not like they shouldn't be monogamous anymore, but they do see the holes in it and the holes in the fantasy. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of women, for example, and men too, kind of opting out of traditional relationships is because they're like, they don't work. You see what I'm saying? So they are coming to the realization, but not everybody's coming to the full consciousness that, hey, it's the culture of monogamy, meaning the belief systems around monogamy, right? That have supported what monogamy is. That's at the core of the issue. And so I think people are a bit slower to come into that understanding, right? Understand that the toxicity of, having to choose just one person and what that makes you do in terms of lying to your partner and lying to yourself and suppressing parts of yourself and all these kinds of things. I think people are slower to come to that realization, but I think they do know that monogamy uh, isn't what it was, kind of sold as to the public.
Well, it was sold as making sure women couldn't was controlling paternity. Shit, that was the fucking thing it was about. So, but yes, so I agree with you. I do think that people are more and more starting to, but I think it has to happen in steps. So I think when we realize that monogamous culture ain't really it, then we're on the path to understanding embracing poly. Like I think it's like you gotta take people slow. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta kind of get them going, in the right direction. But yeah, I do think that's pretty cool. So I don't know. We definitely gotta do this again. It's a
Let's
lot
do
more.
some more. Yeah, I could do this more on a regular basis. We just chop it up. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to share.
We definitely got a lot to talk about. I will say that. But yeah, by the way, for those who don't know, this is the genius behind the foreword in All Three and Me. He wrote. It's really cool. He probably remember what the hell you wrote. You wrote it 10 years ago. But it's really dope though. So if whenever you get the book, the foreword is this dude here. I couldn't think of a person that would be more qualified for me to write it. He also got like 15 books. I mean, I got two of your book. I have Nine Expressions of Love. You and Kenya wrote that together, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So I got that one, and I got Tame Your Woman, Tame Your Man, or Tame Your Woman.
tame your
I,
woman.
no, I thought it was Tame Your Man.
No, change your man.
Okay, sorry, Change Your Man. Okay, I got that one from Rakim. I mean from Kenya. So y'all gotta be sure y'all go and support Kimmy. I call him Kimmy. Don't nobody else call him Kimmy but me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so we gonna end this and I'm gonna put the link up and all that shit. Anything else you wanna tell them where to follow you and all that shit?
No, it's good. They can find me on Instagram, Rakhem Seku, RAKHEMSEKU. But congrats, Cidney, on the book. Really good work by you.
Well, thank you. Oh, and I gotta get you. It's on. I gotta send you a copy and all that shit. But we'll talk about that off here. Now, let me stop recording.